going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As a videographer slash content creator, we're always trying to push our creative limits and break new creative barriers. If you're an automotive videographer and you feel stuck getting the same old boring shots, well, I have a solution for you. But before we get into the video, make sure to like it, subscribe for more dope ass content. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, so I don't want to waste your guys' time. Here's the gear that you're going to need. The first piece of gear that you're going to need is the DJI Osmo Action 4. This little action camera can shoot 4K 24 FPS, D-Log 10-bit, which is perfect for quality control, especially if you're just uploading to Instagram or YouTube. You don't need anything more than that, really. The second piece of equipment you're going to need is the small rig magic arm. The third piece of equipment you're going to need is this Zaus suction cup that can be purchased on Amazon for about 25 to 30 bucks. And lastly, you're going to need the Ulanzi quick release mount for the DJI Osmo Action 4. Also, one thing to note, guys, you want to make sure you're using ND filters, especially if you're shooting during broad daylight. You're definitely going to need some ND filters, so don't forget those, super important. So these 4 products are going to allow you to be more creative when it comes to your automotive videography. This setup will allow you to mount the DJI Osmo Action 4 in various creative angles when you're out shooting your automotive content. It's going to make your content look unique and engaging, and it's going to give it a different feel for sure. It's going to switch it up a little bit. And here are some shots that you can get from some of my favorite automotive content creators. Now let's go ahead and show you how to set up your DJI Osmo Action 4. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go into our settings, scroll down to format, and you're going to want to format your micro SD card. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure you are recording in 4K 24 FPS. Your shutter speed should be 1/50. You want to follow the 180-degree shutter rule, which means your shutter speed should always be double your frame rate. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure you are recording in D-Log 10-bit. This is going to give you the most dynamic range. And lastly, your field of view. This could be whatever you want. It could be ultra wide, standard, D-warp, or anything in between. Doesn't really matter. It's all personal preference, to be honest. Now let's actually go ahead and show you how to mount this setup to any car that you're shooting. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is grab the small rig magic arm and screw it onto the suction cup. Make sure, give it a nice snug fit. You don't want it to be loose. Now we're going to go ahead and grab the Ulanzi quick release mount and attach it to the other end of the small rig magic arm. Just make sure it's nice and snug. Now we're going to grab the suction cup part and mount it to a flat surface on the vehicle. You're going to press down the pump until you can't see the red line. That's how you know it's secure on the car. And then we're going to grab our DJI Osmo Action 4 and attach it to the quick release mount. And then we're just going to tighten everything down to the angle that we want. Make sure everything is nice and secure. And that's pretty much how you mount this setup to any car. Alright, so now that that's done, let's go ahead and play you the footage that we just got. So these shots are much more riskier to get with your mirrorless camera just because it weighs more than this DJI Osmo Action 4 and it's a higher risk of it falling off from the suction cup, and you definitely don't want that. I'd rather damage the DJI Osmo Action 4 than damage my $2,500 Sony camera. Even though that's not that much, that's still a lot of money compared to the DJI Osmo Action 4, which only cost about like 300 bucks. This setup is just much more ideal, to be honest. Like, you can literally mount this thing anywhere on a car to get some super creative angles. And I think you should definitely go out and purchase this gear. It's definitely going to switch up your content for sure. It's gonna make it look more unique. I love this setup, to be honest. It's just so fun. You can use a DJI Osmo Action Forward for, you know, BTS footage. That thing is super dope to use. Does 4K up to like 120 frames. Super ideal for slow motion stuff. That's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.